Well, good morning and welcome to Upreach with Bob Starkey, where we are practicing practical evangelism, where the Bible meets blue jeans. And today it's my privilege to be on the east side of Indianapolis, just Pet Chaplains. This really caught my eye. I thought about how I believe everyone's a pet lover. I know I grew up with we had a family dog, Miss Piggy. I had a little Lhasa dog named Rags, and just wonderful blessings of the animals that God's brought into my life. My children have always been pet lovers. They helped bring that to my heart, and as they got pets, I'd fall in love with them. My mother loves her dogs. And most importantly, I think of my brother Andy and his wife Amy. They have a tremendous heart and passion for pets. And so I'd just like to dedicate the radio program today to them and their love for pets.
It is a universal thing among people nowadays that actually the statistics show us that millions of dollars a year are spent on pet care and products. And one of the things about pets is that just as the scripture says, for his appointed unto man wants to die, this is true of pets also. And the concept is that most people are not prepared for that because you have two types of trauma that come with death. One is when it is a sudden accident, such as the pet getting run over by a car. And then you have the extended type of grief where the stages of life are declining and the decision must be made to put the pet to sleep.
Yes.
And as I began looking for a new way of sharing a comfort, a guide to individuals. We had a good friend who lost a pet, and they spent time with them in going through the grief process. And it occurred to me that this is an area that there is not a lot of help for.
Yeah.
Now, so I went back to school this last summer and received a certification in grief therapy, and then a second one in pet grief therapy.
Oh, that's awesome.
And as a result of the research work and testing that I had to do for this, it became apparent that a lot of the professional grief therapy professionals offer pet therapy and grief to their clients, not a customer, a client,
Yeah.
but at very exorbitant charges.
Wow. Give me an example. Hundreds?
Hundreds.
Yeah. And so you just lost a pet, and that's probably been hundreds or thousands, through medical expenses.
Correct.
So this is not the time that you have fluid
Plus,
funds.
there are a lot of people with limited incomes,
Right.
retired people who lose pets, that the cost of grief therapy and even a funeral, or most funeral homes nowadays, if you look at their websites, they offer a cremation and a service to begin the process of healing from the loss, but the expenses are very high. And so a lot of people cannot afford that.
Right.
And since my retirement and living off Social Security and a pension, I have a love and a concern for these individuals that they are not able to receive this help. So when I started this project, I went online, and you will find a large number of grief support groups that are supported by professional psychologists and counselors and this type of thing. But when you sign into them, you will find out that there is a per session charge for this, and it's just another revenue source for them. So this is when I came up with the concept of developing a nonprofit Just for Pets incorporated group.
Yeah.
And I started out providing, doing some advertising on some of these groups, and I wound up with a group of clientele from various states and this
Really?
type of thing. And
How did the word get out?
by posting the Just Pets Facebook page that we maintain, in these groups, they share information,
Okay.
and the group is online where everybody can see it.
Yeah.
And
So even while you're having your pet now, you can join this group and participate?
yes, you can, and there are free ones. And as I went through this from, I incorporated in July, and over the last few months, I have developed my own method that I like to use in therapy, and I have patterned it after the Rainbow Bridge. The program which I developed for Just Pets Incorporated, Just Pet Chaplains, follows the concept of the Rainbow Bridge, because this way, when the individual is not working with us, they can go to the rainbowbridge.com.
That's what I was going to ask. I'm kind of curious. I like to research
Right.
and study up. So you mentioned the Rainbow Bridge in South Carolina?
Yes,
So if I kind of look this up, I can kind of see the concept.
right. Well, if you go to rainbowbridge.com,
Okay.
it breaks up the concept.
All right.
The one that was destroyed just happens to be one of the most famous.
Okay.
Okay, and
So I am ignorant of this. Will pet owners know? Are they? This is a familiar concept to some folk, or
Yes.
How did you hear about the Rainbow Bridge?
yeah, well, where we had lost pets as we grew up and stuff, we became familiar with it.
Okay.
The city of Greenfield, with their parks department, has built a rainbow bridge.
This is exciting.
And I am not part of that department or anything, but I'm a big supporter of it. And our goal is to be there at the dedication this coming Saturday at 2 o'clock of that, and then to develop a support group.
Today's October 12th, so that'll be on
The 19th.
19th.
Yes, at 2 o'clock. And you can go to the greenfieldpark.com website and see the information on it, and also pictures of the Rainbow Bridge. And I believe it is going to turn into, I don't know if a shrine is an appropriate word, but it will be a place for people to go to celebrate and remember the life of their pet.
Huh.
Now,
Interesting.
at the bridge, those who have lost pets can bring the collar of that pet, and it is secured to the bridge.
Really?
And
How?
that,
How's it secured to the bridge? This is interesting.
yeah, I'm not too sure what method they will use here.
That's neat.
I noticed in the bridge that was recently lost, that it was tacked in
Oh,
permanently. you know,
nice.
to prevent vandalism,
Huh.
this type of thing. But my goal is to work with people in the Hancock, Marion County, surrounding counties,
Yeah.
through a Google Meet, grief therapy, and being a nonprofit, we only take donations. I have worked with individuals who do not have a dollar extra to spend, but they need the help that we can give them. I kind of compare the work that we do to the medical field, that nowadays, if you're sick and don't have a doctor at hand, you go to an immediate care center. At the immediate care center, they assess you. If they can help you, they do. But if they don't, they send you on to the ER
Yes.
or to another doctor. And that's basically the concept of what we do, is that the first thing is an assessment that we do over the phone or through Google Meets or Zoom as to where the client is or where the lost person is, and what kind of response that they give when we talk to them.
Yeah.
You have to develop an angle of trust.
So David, are most of your relationships, you said it wasn't clients, it was relationships.
Right.
How do you demonstrate this relationship? You mentioned Zoom. Are you going to people's homes after a loss of a pet? What is the relationship with you as the pet chaplain?
That
those
is the goal. To actually, I have developed a memorial ceremony virtually.
Oh, neat.
The ideal thing is a lot of pets are cremated, the ashes are then buried in the backyard,
Right.
or something, or they're put into an urn and set into, like you might have an urn here,
It's probably the most practical.
and then
yeah.
pictures of the
Yeah.
pet up here. But to help in the grief process, if you have a living memorial talking about the pet and the relationship to the owner, and a blessing if they're of a religious nature.
So what do people do? Just you said you have the virtual program, so I could submit pictures to you,
Yes,
and then you would collate it and put it together.
yes,
Wow, how long are they usually? Maybe 5-7 minutes? Or?
yes.
That's neat. Huh.
Yeah, you make a little collage
Yeah.
that they can have and, click on, and
What do you do? Send them the file?
yes,
That is so cool. I love it.
yes. It's a different world that we live in now.
Yeah, it's a blessing, isn't it?
Yes,
I admire you for seeing a need. And we spoke earlier, I met you many years before. And our program is called the Bible in Blue Jeans. It's people that are just practically demonstrating and sharing their faith. And I like that you saw a need and you said, I'm going to fill this void. There are people that are hurting, there are people that are grieving, and I want to be that blessing to them. So I respect you so much. So thanks for joining us today on our radio program. And what's the best way to follow up with Just Pets?
the best way is to go to Facebook to Just Pet Chaplains, and I recently created a second page that we're going to start working with chaplains at the bridge.
Okay, great. In Greenfield.
Right.
Or is it different? Literally the bridge, or this is the webpage?
This will be a web page is being developed, but it's already on Facebook
Okay.
as Just Pet Chaplains. The second one is Chaplains at the Bridge. They're under development. I'm 81 years old. It takes me a while to get things up and going where they should be, but we're trying.
Amen. Well, thank you so much for joining us today. Like I said, I believe everyone loves a pet, and we all do. And when I saw Just Pets Chaplains, I said I had to meet the Pet Chaplain. Well, thanks for joining us today. We like to close out the radio program every week with a simple phrase where we like to say, may the Lord be with you until we meet again, whether here, there, or in the air.